Hello and welcome to another Looney Tunes review video. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing as it helps out the channel, and give this video a like if you do like it. So this review is for Tweetie Pie, released on the 5th of March 1947, with a blue ribbon reissue on the 25th of June 1955. It's the 495th in the series. It's directed by Friz Freleng. It's also a copyrighted cartoon, so the only way you can watch it at the moment is on the Looney Tunes Golden Collection Volume 2 DVD set and the Platinum Collection Volume 1 Blu-ray set, and I have links below to purchase those if you haven't got them already. And since I can't show the cartoon, I'll just give you guys a brief synopsis, although you guys have probably seen this one a million times anyway. In any case, for the few who haven't seen it, Tweety is saved by Sylvester's, or well, rather Thomas's owner, from being caught, and he is brought inside, and Sylvester, or Thomas, now tries to figure out how to get that bird. Simple, very simple story. And with me today to talk about a genuine milestone short is Blue Genocide. Say hi.
Hi everyone, I'm kind of the cat aficionado, as you guys know, on my YouTube channel, so I felt like it was appropriate that I be here.
yes, for sure. You know, covering all the Tom and Jerry's and all that. So, yeah, this one, as I said, it is a genuine milestone for two big reasons, and I'll go through some of the trivia, and then we'll have a discussion on this cartoon. So, well, first up, I mean, it should be pretty apparent. This is the first of many shorts that feature the now famous pairings of the characters Sylvester and Tweety. Now, this is the first time as well that Tweety's with his now famous yellow feathers. According to Bob Clampett in Bugs Bunny Superstar, which is a documentary that you guys should watch anyway, Tweety was given feathers as the censors apparently objected to Tweety looking too naked in his featherless appearance. But, I mean, with Bob Clampett, you got to take some things with a grain of salt, but that's the explanation anyway. Now, this cartoon is very similar to a previous cartoon called Cagey Canary, which coincidentally both had Michael Maltese as a writer. This short also reuses a contraption at the end that was lifted mostly from Trap Happy Porky, and again, both shorts have actually had Ted Pierce as a writer, so this short has Maltese and Pierce.
Thomas! What are you hiding there?
Now, for some reason, Sylvester is called Thomas here, and weirdly enough, Tomcat from Tom and Jerry was also called Thomas a few times in some of the shorts, which, and had a mistress and all that, so. Now, researching this further, and we will discuss this in further detail shortly, but the original short might have been called The Fat Rat and the Stupid Cat, as seen as some storyboards that were done, but then after Bob Clampett left the studio, or fired, depending on who you ask, this was not produced. And producer Eddie Seltzer wanted Sylvester to be paired with the woodpecker from Peck Up Your Troubles, but Freely wanted to use Tweety instead, and threatened to quit when Seltzer wouldn't budge. Seltzer later apologized to Freleng, and the cartoon was made as the first Sylvester and Tweety pairing, which led to the next biggest news: the first Looney Tunes short to win an Oscar for Best Animated Short. It took them long enough, right? And so the other nominees, just so you guys know, were Chip and Dale from Disney, of course, Dr. Jekyll or Dr. Jekyll, depending on who you ask, and Mr. Mouse, which was a Tom and Jerry short produced by Fred Quimby, Pluto's Blue Note, got another Disney, and Tubby the Tuba, which is a Puppetoon, and that can be found copyright free on YouTube. So, whew. So did I say it was a milestone? I think it might have been a milestone. What do you think?
I think that Jekyll or Jekyll, but technically Jekyll is correct. It's just that's not the. I'm not getting into that here. I think that as great as this short is, I still think that Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Mouse should have won. I know, Tom and Jerry won enough, but that is that cartoon is just. That's that is great. Top tier. Yeah, I don't.
They're both great. And the two Disney cartoons that were nominated aren't bad per se, but they at this point with Disney, when it comes to short subjects, it was more just going through the motions. I think they were just making the shorts, and Disney had other things on his mind at that stage anyway. I think Song of the South was being produced roughly around here, so he was getting into the live action portion.
Yeah.
And Tubby the Tuba is a genuinely interesting short, and I do stress, if you can watch it, definitely watch it, and it is on YouTube anyway. But it's not. But no, but that one didn't deserve to win. So either this one or Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Mouse for sure. So, yeah. So any other trivia that I missed, Blue? Because I really want to get this one done.
The ending to the whole Seltzer fighting with Freleng was it just led into the award accepting speech where Seltzer famously said that his family was more excited about it than he was, and he credited the team at Warner Brothers for creating such a great cartoon. So he did understand he made a mistake.
Yeah, and for sure. I mean, looking at that woodpecker in Pick Up Your Troubles, it wasn't, that cartoon wasn't a bad one, but I think it was missing like an X factor. Like there was something about that pairing which wasn't bad. It's just, I don't know. And yet here with Sylvester and Tweety, it just works. Like this is just an X factor. And I think, when I listen to Greg Ford's audio commentary that's on those sets I mentioned earlier, he mentions that, Sylvester is this really, active character, is literally drawing blueprints, he's building contraptions, he's doing all sorts of stuff to get this bird, and the bird, of course, is incredibly passive, and I think that's what makes this work so well, whereas the woodpecker was also an active character, so you have two active characters, Sylvester an active one, the woodpecker is active, and it just made it okay. I don't know. I mean, what do you think?
I still think Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Mouse should have won, but
you're still going on about that.
No, I think this is a great short. The only part of the trifecta that isn't all the way there yet is Granny, who in this short is just some lady with a broom who's way too abusive to her house cat.
Voiced by Bea Benaderet, of course.
Yes, and my favorite gag in this cartoon has to be the whole mousetrap situation where he builds this elaborate device, just to drop a bowling ball on his head. That killed me. That got me.
Yeah. Which, like I said before, was lifted from Trap Happy Porky, but you know what? It was so good though that it was worth reusing, I think, and I'm glad that it's been said many a time that Freleng, he reused gags in quite a lot of his cartoons. Let's not kid ourselves. But as our good friend Austin Kelly mentioned, that he reused gags, he improved on it. In this case, all right, Chuck did the original Trap Happy Porky, right? But it's like he took that and just tweaked it a little bit. Like the timing seemed to be a bit better. I don't know. I'll put it on the screen anyway, just for comparison's sake for you guys to watch. But any other thoughts on the short itself? I mean, again, it's a milestone if I haven't mentioned that already.
I just want to quickly add that, I don't really feel that, this cartoon should have won the award when compared to that other masterpiece. I would say that this cartoon is easily an 8 out of 10, though. I just want to say that I wonder if it had anything to do with the last year's Academy Awards, where they let the Cat Concerto win over, Rabbit Rhapsody. I wonder if that had anything to do with it, with them being like, oh, we can't appear too biased, we better finally let the Warners win.
It's a possibility, but I guess it's a detail lost to time, isn't it? So
yeah.
But as for my thoughts, because I realised I didn't give my thoughts on the cartoon. This one's a classic. Yes, I've seen this millions of times, and I'm sure a lot of you watching have seen this so many times over the years. But there's a reason it's shown so many times, because it is a solid cartoon. It's got great timing. It's got the
absolutely,
like the Friz thing, the whole the whole thing, which I'll probably play a few examples now. And it just works from start to finish. Tweety's design is still between the Clampett look and what really would end up getting a tweak to, but that's fine. That's what happens here. It's interesting that Sylvester is silent in this one, and of course later on he's going to talk in a few of these. I think except he yells once or something, I don't know. But all in all, it's a very entertaining cartoon, and my kids love it too. So any other thoughts on this one? And, 8 out of 10 I should say. 8 out of 10 for sure, I agree with you on it. So any other thoughts?
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Mouse is better.
Oh, you should have mentioned that earlier. I don't think you mentioned that yet at all. I mean, did I mention it was a milestone? Did I? I mean, I think I might have forgotten. Yeah, I think
it's a milestone, and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Mouse is better.
Okay, there are your main takeaways from this review. So we'll wrap it up here. So thank you so much, guys, for watching this review. Feedback is always welcome, as I keep on saying. And until next time, take care.
Woo, woo.